when I used to have my office, because I was working on a lot of cases, and when my very first book came out, we went out to Camden Library, and I was always a bit nervous about writing about the police stuff in case anything happened to me. And I thought I'll embrace it, and I did it. But then these guys forced their way into the book talk, and I never had my business card with my address on it before. And these two guys that forced their way in, one of them came to buy the book. And when he did, he was sitting in front of me and he's flicking my card in his face, saying, "Where do you live? Where do you live?" And I said, "Oh, it's just in the Shire." And he said, "I wouldn't come that far from my honeymoon." But then in my head, my guide said, "But I'd come that far to kill you." So it was a bit scary. And the police were called during the talk because these guys had forced their way in. So I'm doing this talk, and there's like 200 people, and there's police officers walking around in the background. I had no idea what they were there for at the time. And then I was held in the building for about an hour because there was all bikies outside, which I didn't know till later on. But then 6 weeks later, I kept getting this feeling someone was coming after me. And there's somebody broke into my office. They didn't take anything, but it was just to scare me. They did a good job. And then at a later stage, there was hooded men that were waiting down in the car park when I came down the stairs. Didn't do anything, but it was more or less, just knowing. So yeah, there's been some times, and even just sometimes you might be, you know, walking somewhere and not feeling something's right, and sort of feeling there's someone behind you that shouldn't be there, and so I always listen to what they say because it is of assistance to me.
Mm. And many would put that down to intuition, whereas
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's
well, I
that
was having visions before. Well, when you think intuition and psychics, they
mm,
run parallel to each other. I mean, we have these psychic gifts that we don't really even think about. So we've got the psychic clairs. So we've got taste and in our normal sense, but we've also got clairgustance in our psychic sense. So when I'm tuning in and working on something, for example, if it's working on a case, I might taste blood in my mouth, or I might taste a substance, like it might taste like it's a chemical, or it could be alcohol, or it could be cigarette smoke. So that that sense still working with my normal senses, and there's another one called clairalience where, and a lot of people have this happen to them anyway. You might be thinking of Nana, and Nana is cetyl hairspray, and then suddenly you get a little waft of cetyl hairspray around you, or you might get a smell of smoke. A pop used to smoke. So sometimes we get these little glimpses and we just think you smell it and it's gone because it doesn't linger for a long time. But that's part of our senses. So we smell it literally, but psychically it can be a message from the other side to say that, oh, Nana's arrived, or someone's arrived.